This is my home away from home. This is New Century Productions truck number 7. This is one of the first versions of the Calrec Alpha. You can see the patch bays. You've got a digital patch bay here on the right and 2 analog patch bays on the left. And all my paperwork. Paperwork is very important. My computer, half-eaten banana. The Enco music playback device in the center there. This is my DT12 input list. It shows all the microphones and communication devices we have plugged into the booth. On the left was the microphones from the booth. On the right was all the powered stuff and communication from the booth. This would be the RF mult, 12 pairs to them, and the field mult, 12 audio pairs to the field, with a bunch of miscellaneous. This is all the DA inputs that I use. Some of the miscellaneous patches. Tape tie line patches. This is how I have the Wooler set up for the show. The Wooler is a 6-channel listen device. So I'll put the talk back and things like that into these little listen speakers. Atom port inputs is to put audio into the Atom or take audio out of the Atom system. My transmission connections and how the Dolby E is configured. And my patching for inserting some of the DBX 160 compressors. You have the digital patch bay here. That's all my transmission and Dolby E patch. And it's a big old sheet here that explains all of it. On the left explains all the Calrec AES outputs and what they're normally assigned to. And then some of the other AES outputs and how I have them assigned. Camera microphones, crowd pre-fades, ISOs of RF mics and ISOs of press conferences and referee mics and all kinds of stuff there. And then this is some of my surround 5.1 input and output patches. And then some of the Dolby E patch. And then the transmission patches. This is one of my most important pieces of paperwork. I call this my A1 patching order. And I actually do my patching in a specific order. And not just the order, but I check things off as I go along, and I only check them off if they're complete. The circle is something that I haven't done yet, and obviously everything that isn't checked off hasn't been done yet either. So I go through and, like, I haven't run the mults because I don't actually run the mults. I have labeled the mixing board and the surround patch and the Dolby E patch, and I'm waiting for the VIP phone to do. It's something that the crewer wants me to do as early as I can. And then I do the other thing, we're patching my inputs, the camera mics, tape machine outputs, patch the transmission, which I kind of already have done, and so on down the line. And I check these off, and when they're all checked off, I've patched everything. And I don't have to think of, did I patch that or not? The other section over here to the right is if I've actually faxed or checked each area of the truck. Fax tape, fax the booth, fax obviously means check, and all the other different things. And I know I can do the show when all of those have been actually checked. This is my TalkBack mixer. I bring TalkBack into this Shure mixer to keep it out of the mixing board. It's a really nice way to do it. And plus I got a little tone generator here so I can fax or check my tone and it would be going boop. And in fact it does play out of some of the speakers that I have patched. This is the Dolby E encoders and decoders. What Dolby E does is it takes AES audio and smashes 8 pairs all the way down into one very condensed 24 megabit digital audio stream. And they call it a Dolby E stream. And we normally use it in the 4x2 configuration, which is 4 pairs of audio. A lot of people use them for 5.1 plus 2, which is the 5.1 surround plus a stereo pair. And this is a very high-tech Wooler speaker with Dolby E built into it. And I love it because it you could switch between Dolby E and AES. So you can give it 8 AES or 4 pairs of AES, or one singular Dolby E stream, and it spits it out for you and you can see exactly what all your outputs are doing. And you can obviously hear what all your outputs are doing as well.